Principal Jones, what is it that you need from me?
Mr. Parker, we need to discuss Joseph's suspension. The school counselor and I had a discussion about how we're going to deal with him moving forward. I think having him serve in school suspension was a bit too much.
What do you mean, too much? He always causes trouble in class.
I understand what you're going through, but I think we're going too far with suspending him every time he does something bad, because it's simply not working.
So, what can we do to help him improve his behavior?
I've decided that next week, we should hold a parent-teacher conference, along with the school counselor, and we're going to discuss many other possible solutions to help Joseph improve his behavior.
I guess that will be a good idea. I mean, if Joseph receives some counseling, then that should help him improve his behavior.
We're going to notify Joseph and his parents about the upcoming parent-teacher conference. The meeting is going to be next Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. after school, and at the meeting, we're going to discuss the possible options for Joseph. We don't want to see him repeating the 5th grade forever.
Hello?
Is this Mr. Reed speaking?
Yes, this is him. What do you need, Mr. Parker?
Well, I wanted to tell you that next Tuesday, there will be a parent-teacher conference in my classroom, at 3:30, after the school day ends. We're going to discuss options to help Joseph improve his behavior at school. And we need you and Jane there, and Joseph too.
That sounds like a really good idea, because we don't want him repeating the 5th grade for the second time. We want him to move on to the 6th grade next school year. So, who else is going to be at the meeting?
Besides me, the principal and the school counselor will also be at the meeting because they will also have very good recommendations. Anyways, I have to get going for now, because I have to finish grading assignments. But I will see you and Jane at the meeting next Tuesday.
You take care, Mr. Parker. Joseph, can you please come downstairs for just a few minutes?
What is it, Mom and Dad?
Joseph, next Tuesday, we're going to a parent-teacher conference at your school, and your teacher wants you to be at the meeting because it is really important.
A parent-teacher meeting? Are you serious?
Yes, Joseph, and it's important that you go.
Am I going to repeat the 5th grade again?
We don't know what they're going to tell you. You might have to repeat 5th grade again, or you might not have to.
I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. I don't want to go to the parent-teacher conference. Please, I don't want to find out I'm repeating the 5th grade. Besides, I want to stay home and watch Family Guy.
Joseph, don't get us started with another childish tantrum. You need to go to the parent-teacher conference, because it's important, like we told you twice already. Also, you can't be watching Family Guy because you're not even 14 years old. You're turning 12 this month.
Besides, like we just said, we won't know if you'll have to repeat the 5th grade next year until we're actually at the meeting, so don't assume that you will repeat the 5th grade.
I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade. I don't want to repeat the 5th grade.
That's it, Joseph, you can keep kicking and screaming, but we're going into the other room until you calm down.
Good afternoon, Mr. Parker, and I have decided to hold this parent-teacher conference because we think that having Joseph serve in school suspension for the remainder of the school year isn't going to help him improve his behavior at all. He will most likely throw a tantrum every day if he is serving in school suspension.
Usually, Joseph only throws tantrums in class because he doesn't want to do his work, or when he realizes he has failed an exam or an assignment. This is only the first time he has done something serious like pulling the fire alarm.
Joseph, since this is only the first time you did this, we've decided that you're not going to be suspended for the rest of the year. But keep in mind that if we catch you pulling the fire alarm again, then you will be taken into custody.
I understand, Principal Jones.
And Joseph always puts his homework off until the last minute, and more often than not, he doesn't do the entire assignment. Instead, he watches CoComelon upstairs in his room for hours on end, and we've been trying to get him to do his homework.
That's because I find CoComelon far more entertaining than doing homework.
Joseph, it's not your turn yet. Besides, that's why you're failing all your assignments.
Principal Jones, what are your recommendations? We want Joseph passing the 5th grade this year.
Here is my recommendation. I think Joseph needs a tutor. Having a tutor can really help him get better grades and pass the 5th grade. Otherwise, we can have him do independent studies.
Joseph, what's the matter? I think having a tutor will be good for you.
I don't want a tutor, 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 I don't want a tutor.
Joseph Christopher Reed, get up off the floor right now. You're embarrassing everyone in the classroom. And we need to finish this parent-teacher conference.
Besides, you don't want to repeat the 5th grade again, do you?
I just want to go home and watch Family Guy, CoComelon, super simple songs.
Joseph, you spend too much screen time, and that's a big reason you've been failing your assignments and exams. Now, I'm not going to ask you again, get up off the floor and stop acting so childish.
Joseph, for the last time, stop throwing a tantrum, get up off the floor and get back in your seat so we can continue with the meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Reed. Having a tutor is going to help you, Joseph, I promise. It's just that you need to pay attention more in class. What if I make a decision that starting next week, your tutor will be working with you every afternoon?
I guess that will be okay with me.
Good, Joseph, I really like that thinking.
You're starting to improve, and I'm very proud of you. Here is the next problem. JJ, Tom, and Yo-Yo are sharing a pepperoni pizza with their family. The pie has a total of 20 slices. Each person in the family shares 1/5 of the pizza with each other. How many slices does each person get?
In this case, with each member of the CoComelon family sharing 1/5 of the pizza with one another. That means every person gets 4 slices each. To get the answer, you multiply 20 over 1 times 1/5, which gives you 20 over 5, in simplified form, it reduces to 4.
Good job, Joseph. You're getting even better at this.